Good afternoon, everyone. Today is our turn to presentation on topic creating value from garbage. In this PPT, we are going to discuss about ground reality of this whole recycling idea. That is, in lab, we see that every weekly articles publish that we are able to recycle this and that, but in the same news media also publish that we are not recycling anything, and world the climate change is real and we are not doing anything good. So there must be something fundamentally wrong going on with this whole recycling process. So let's start with a basic definition before diving into the topic. Recycle. What is recycling? Recycling is the process of collecting and processing material that would otherwise be thrown away as a trash and turning them into new product. Recycling can benefit our community and the environment. And why we do recycling? Because of waste management purposes, conservation of non-renewable resources, clean environment, and preventing landfills and incinerators from getting extremely overloaded. Now, factor which affect recycling. This factor basically deals with the question, that is if the product will even enter into the recycling process or not. So let's start. Here are the 5 points, and these all points are interrelated. I will explain this with an example. Here are the 5 factor: economical factor, technological factor, complexity, alternative, and government policies. Now let's start with economical factor. A waste will get recycled only if the cost of recycling a product is less than the price of product in the market after getting recycled. Due to this profit-oriented market, every year thousands of shipping containers filled with recyclable waste are exported by developed countries to developing countries. This is because it is typically cheaper to export waste rather than develop local recycling infrastructure. These waste exports have increased significantly in recent decades, with shipment of recyclable items from European Union rising more than 70% since the turn of the century. So let's take example of one of the most developed nation in this world. If you look on this data carefully, you will see that most of these importers are either developing countries or their neighbors, and there is a reason for that. Why our Asia Pacific is performing so well when it comes to recycling plastic market, because we are the recycling hub of this world, and the reason is cheap labor. And I will also explain you later in this PPT why this cheap labor are not so good. Technology. A particular type of waste can't be recycled if there is no proper technology for it. Not just that, even if the technology is available but not economical to use, then also technology can't be used for recycling at mass scale. Complexity. The process of extracting recyclable waste and all kind of thrown waste is quite complex. So complex that quality of material post use is incurably dirty, then they end up in landfill or incinerators. So let's talk about alternative. In contrast to what might be expected, if the cost of recycled product is costlier than the original product, then market will follow its basic instinct and demand for the cheaper product, hence affecting the production supply of recycled product. Let's take example. In 2018, a price of virgin plastic was lesser than the price of recycled plastic, due to which maker of plastic sheet and film who use PET, PET is a type of plastic, as a raw material, started switching back to new stuff according to Platts report. So here is the report. As you guys can see, in 2019, May, June, and July, the price of recycled plastic was lower than the price of virgin plastic. So this factor also affect the whole process of recycling. Now let's talk about government policies. As we have explained earlier, world trading for garbage is increasing at a very fast rate, due to which government view on plastic affects the recycling process of the whole world. Until 2018, China was the main destination where exporting countries sent their plastic waste to be recycled. In 1988, around half the world plastic waste has been sent to this country. That changed dramatically when China announced it would only accept bales of plastic waste with less than 0.5% contamination by non-recyclable material. The new standard is almost impossible to meet. The new rule effectively banned a vast majority of plastic scrap import and created a moment of reckoning for international recycling market. Now, here is the map showing the countries which export their waste to China. And here is the risk legends. They basically these countries send waste there which is hard to cycle, so they cause risk to whole environment. So as you guys can see, most of the developed countries come in the red mark. So let's see what happened. China's 2018 ban on the importing of mixed waste, meanwhile, has led to relative shortage of recycled PET, due to which the supply of plastic decreased with while demand remained unchanged, eventually increase the overall price of recycled plastic. So you guys can relate this whole point of view. Like due to this 2018 ban, this price increased. So I was trying to give you the whole scenario idea that how fragile the whole market is. So let's talk about some common type of waste which we are learning from our childhood: plastic, metal, and paper. Here are some random facts I think you guys should know before entering into this topic. You can't recycle your cup, coffee cup, and the reason for that is there is a thin plastic sheet present inside a paper cup. This this plastic sheet is hard to extract, so that's why it will never get into the recycle process. And not just that, even if the plastic is contaminated with food or any kind of waste, it will not get recycled. And let's talk about all other things when we come to plastic. Now, these two signs are different. You guys have definitely seen both of the sign in your daily life thing. Like in plastic, these signs, the Mobius loop defines recycling process, and the plastic resin code define the type of plastic. As here written that in this indicate that an object is capable of being recycled, not that the object has been recycled or will be accepted in all recycling collection systems. The this identifies the type of plastic resin used to make the item by providing raising identification code. So here is the seven type of plastic and their percentage of recycling annually. As you guys can see, most of the plastic never get recycled. And the number seven, there is written low because it is not defined what come under number seven. Most of the plastic which doesn't come under all these numbers are considered as number seven. So that's why it is never defined why number seven is not recyclable. And it's not my claim that plastic is very low, where plastic recycle is very low. Here's the data from here's a news article from Net Geo, Hindustan Times, and the router saying that plastic is not recyclable at a very high scale. So yeah, and here's the data showing that how most of the plastic went into landfill or disposal or incinerator, and the least amount of plastic get recycled is about 9% or 10%. And the reason for that is first, it's important to note that plastic are simply polymers, long chain of atom arranged in repeating unit, often much longer than those found in nature. According to Science History Institute, the length of these chains and pattern in which they are arranged are what make polymers strong, lightweight, and flexible. In other words, it's what makes them so plastic. Every time a plastic is recycled, the polymer shells grow shorter, so its quality decreases. The same piece of plastic can only be recycled about 2 to 3 times before its quality decreases to the point where it can no longer be used. Additionally, each time plastic is recycled, additional virgin material is added, help upgrade its quality so that the recycled product has fighting change in market again new, durable and fresh goods. So when you read the label recycled material, think twice about that, the word recycled. actually mean in that contest. So let's start with paper, and from now Abhijit will continue. Hello.
Good afternoon, everybody. Let's start with global paper recycling market. Next page, Dijendra. Uh, the market forecast to grow the compound annual growth rate of 4.3%. The global paper recycling market was valued at 47,500 million USD in 2021 and is expected to grow at a CAGR of 4.3% from 2021 to reach 58,600 million US dollars by year 2026. Next page. Let's discuss about the cause of leading the world in waste paper by India. India is a raw material scarce India is a raw material scarce country for paper making. Because we don't have lots of trees and jungles to convert wood into pulp, we are mostly dependent on waste paper and demand, and that demand can be provided by the Western world. Next page. We all know that China has imposed restrictions on waste imports. Many countries were facing the choice of either dumping waste in landfill sites or burning it, until Indian reprocessing plants stepped into the breach. During the first half of last year, there was 200% rise in waste paper exports from European Union to India. And according to Confederation of European Paper Industries and from US experts, rose by more than 100% between January and October last year, compared to the same period in 2017, according to International Scrap Recycling Institute. Next page. Let's discuss about the paper making in India and other stats. 50% of paper manufacturing in India is done using recovered scrap fiber. Out of this recovered fiber, 60% is imported. The United States is the largest exporter of waste paper to India with 34% of market share, while the United Kingdom and the rest of Europe come in second with 17% and 18% respectively. Indigenous paper collection is poor in India, accounting for 40% of recovered fiber used by papers and corrugated boxes. The recycle rate in India is 30%, which is quite low as compared to developed countries. Next page. You are fascinated by knowing that types of paper that are not recyclable are coated and treated paper. Paper with food waste, juice and cereal boxes, paper cups, paper towels, and paper or magazine laminated with plastic. Thank you. And from next, Mayank will continue.
Thank you, Abhijit. And now I'm gonna introduce you all to the process of metal recycling. As stated, process of metal recycling requires a lot energy to process recycled metal than it does to mine virgin ore, purify, and give it to shape. The amount of energy that is saved using metal compared to raw metal is 92% for aluminum, 90% for copper, and 56% for steel. Since it consumes less energy, so it will also do less carbon emission, hence making environment better. Virtually every metal can be recycled and reused as new material in vital item or products. In fact, scrap metal manufacturing as an industry has proven to be resistant to notable economic pressures, stabilizing itself as an essential contributor to the global economy. And when it comes to metal recycling, things are better compared to others. Next page. Next page. Now, onto the next page, we have a estimated graphical representation of the metal recycling market from year 2018 to 2025 by region in US dollar. In here, we can see that it keeps on increasing per year, and the market for metal recycling in Asia Pacific is by far the largest among other. And the reason behind that is basically cheap labor, which do comes with its own disadvantages. Next page. Here we have a graph representing volume of global external steel scrap in trade. When it comes to steel scrap, trade in India is doing pretty well, and we have the data on the next page. As you guys can see in the two chart, India has a great market when it comes to metal scrap. The major exporter from around the world for metal scraps are USA, UAE, UK, and Singapore. While taking on the topic like steel scrap, let's talk about one of the biggest man-made machine, that is container ship. Next page. In 2019, 469 out of 674 end-of-life ships were scrapped on the shores of Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan. As stated, the number of ships dismantled by Pakistan was 35, by Bangladesh was 234, and by India was 200. Next page. We have some articles. Like as stated, 24 that were recorded at Beaching Yard in South Asia, 11 in Pakistan, and quite a number of fatalities in the Bangladeshi scrapyard. Next page. And the reason behind all these death and fatalities are stated by the recent inspection by the European Commission in Alang, a place situated in Gujarat, India, and is quite well known for being a big industry in ship scraping. State flags serious concern related to pollution in the intertidal area, absence of medical facilities, breaches of labor rights, and lack of capacity to safely manage a number of hazardous waste streams, including mercury and radioactive containment material that are typically found on offshore oil and gas unit, which concludes that no facility located in South Asia meets the safety and environmental requirement for EU approval. Next page. Till now, we have talked a lot about beaching. So let's dive into the question. What is beaching? In beaching, ships are run to ground in intertidal areas that would normally teem with sea life. Oil, sludge, paint chips, and slag can get washed out to the sea with tide. Environmental and right campaigner says other toxic material like asbestos get absorbed in the sand, which can cause different type of disease like lung cancer and consider poisonous. Next page. Witnessing all these horrific events, which not only endanger workers' lives but also damage the environment at the same time on daily basis, we are obliged to ask ourselves the question: why does this doesn't get enough media coverage? And why isn't any major decision being made to overcome these problems? And it all comes to a single explanation, that is, the market in this industry is quite profit oriented. And now next to Dizzy.
So yeah. So the conclusion, we make product like there is no tomorrow. Mm, What I'm trying to say is we make product and after that we sell the product to the customer. Customer throw it into the garbage and after that we ask the question that is it recyclable or not. And this kind of approach to this in industry is not good. Like in future, there are lots of things waiting for us to be solved, and we are not doing great with this. So in conclusion, I would like to say just an idea. Instead of thinking about recycling in last step, if we do it this thing before selling it to the customer, then I think the whole process of recycling will work more efficiently. That's it. And acknowledgement, we would like to express special thanks to gratitude to Somojit Gorai sir to let us present this PPT, and also here are the reference site which we gather all this data. Thank you.